So before anything else, I want to make sure if you can hear me clearly. Am I audible?
Yes
Yes,
po.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So good morning. Before we start our class, let us first have a short prayer. So Bianca, can you lead the prayer?
Yes, ma'am. Let us bow our heads and feel the presence of God. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Okay, thank you. Good morning again, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
So, how are you, Patricia?
I'm doing good po.
So nice. How about you, Bianca?
I'm good po, ma'am.
How about you, Sophia?
I'm fine, ma'am.
So yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Let us now move on with our new lesson for this morning. Are you ready to learn?
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
po.
Okay. Our lesson for today is one of the marginal modal verbs. It is used to. Again, used to. So for us to know what are the rules of used to, I will project sentences. I want you to observe them and answer my question. So do you understand, class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, let's start. Can you read this sentence? Yes? Anyone?
Ma'am.
Yes?
She used to play tennis.
So who is the subject?
She po.
Okay, good. Now, I want you to compare this with the next sentence. They used to play tennis. Who is now the subject? Anyone?
They
Ma'am.
po. Oh,
Okay, they. So, what did you notice about these sentences? Hello?
Ma'am.
Yes, Bianca?
I noticed that the subject changed, but used to remains the same.
Right. We use used to with all subjects. Even though the subject change, used to remains the same. It means that used to is a fixed structure that doesn't change for person. Can you repeat what I've said? Pia?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes?
Used to is a fixed structure that doesn't change per person.
Okay, very good. Another. Can you read these sentences? Bianca?
Yes, ma'am. She plays tennis. She used to play tennis.
So, what did you notice about the first one?
It isn't in the present tense.
Good. How about the second sentence?
I think it is in the past tense.
Correct, because we use used to only in past tense. There's no present or future tense. So, another. Kindly read these sentences. Pat?
number one, she played tennis. And then the last one, she used to play tennis.
So, what did you notice about these?
They are both in the past tense po.
Exactly, but they are different from each other. So the action in the first sentence happened only once. That's why it is stated in the simple past tense. She played tennis. And it is possible that she still plays tennis in the present. On the other hand, in the second sentence, she used to play tennis. The action happened repeatedly or regularly in the past, which is no longer true. That's why we use used to. Again, when do we use used to? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Yes?
we use used to when the action happened repeatedly or regularly in the past, which is no longer true.
Very good. And as you can see, the verb play is in the base form because used to is already in the past tense. So remember, used to plus base form of a verb or the bare infinitive. So do you understand, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So let us go back to the rules of used to that I mentioned earlier. Can you read the definition, Pat?
Used to. We use used to talk about things, activities, situations, or states that happened many times in the past which are no longer true in the present.
Therefore, we use used to in contrasting the past from the present. And it is a marginal modal verb and it always refers to the past. There is no present or future tense. So, can you read the next rule, Sophia?
Yes po, ma'am. The form used to is used with all subjects. It is a fixed structure that doesn't change for person or tense. For example, I, we, you, he, she, it, and they.
So, like what I've said earlier, we use used to with all subject, such as I used to, we used to, you used to, he used to, and so on, without changing used to. And remember, we use used to plus base verb, or we use used to with the base form of a verb or the bare infinitive. Again, why do we use the base form of a verb after the word used to? Anyone?
Ma'am.
Yes, Bianca?
Because used to is already in the past tense.
Very good. And after each used to, we can imagine the words but not now. So, just like our example earlier, she used to play tennis, but not now. Maybe she is already old or she has a hectic schedule. That's why she doesn't play tennis anymore. So, other examples. Kindly read these, Sophia.
Yes po, ma'am. So, Claire used to do yoga, but not now. Elijah and I used to eat together, but not now. We used to make pancakes, but not now.
So, do you understand, class? Do you
Yes, ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So now it's your turn. Can you use used to in a sentence, Patricia?
Um, I used to dream about becoming a doctor.
So nice. How about you, Bianca? Can you give an example?
We used to sleep in the mini forest every lunch break.
Good. Can you do the same, Sophia?
They used to eat at Capitolio Food Court.
So very good. All of your sample sentences are correct. So I have another question. Did she used to play tennis?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, another. She didn't used to play tennis. What did you notice about the question and the sentence, Pat?
Unlike earlier po, there's no letter D in used to.
Very good. Take note, we will only use used to when it is paired with did or didn't. And when we use used to in a question, the structure is did plus subject plus used to plus base verb. And when we use used to in negative form, the structure is subject plus didn't plus used to plus base verb. So kindly read these examples. Bianca.
Yes, ma'am. Did she
Okay.
used to do yoga? Did they used to eat together? We didn't used to make pancakes.
So notice that there's no letter D because used to is paired with did and didn't. So now it's your turn. Can you give me an example using did or didn't with used to, Patricia?
I didn't used to eat vegetables, but I like it now.
Good. How about you, Bianca?
Did Patricia used to eat vegetables?
Okay, good. Can you do the same, Sophia?
Yes, ma'am. So, I didn't used to like Mary Rose, but now we're friends.
Okay, good job, everyone. So, moving on. Can you read these sentences? Bianca?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever my sister was happy, she would give me money. Whenever my sister was happy, she used to give me money.
So, what did you notice about this? Pat?
The first sentence use would, while the second one use used to.
Very good. Because we use would and used to in these sentences because they have the same function. So, aside from used to, we can use would to talk about people's activities or habits in the past. Again, when do we use would in a sentence? Sophia?
When we're talking about people's activities or habits in the past.
So good. And we also use would with the base form of a verb. So just like our sentences earlier. Whenever my sister was happy, she would give me money. Whenever my sister was happy, she used to give me money. But unlike used to, we cannot use would to talk about past states. Again, when we shouldn't use would, Bianca.
When we are talking about past dates.
So for example, we shouldn't say I would have soft hands. Instead, use used to. I used to have soft hands. Also, I used to have long hair, not I would have long hair. So, do you understand?
Yes po.
Yeah.
Okay. Any question? Do you have
None
any
po.
question?
None,
Okay.
ma'am.
So let's proceed with our activity entitled When I Was a Child. So give two activities that you did when you were a child that you don't do anymore. So you have to use used to or would with the base form of a verb. So I'll only give you 2 minutes to accomplish it. And after that, present it orally in the class. So do you understand, class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, start. Okay, time's up. Patricia, are you ready to present your work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go
Um,
ahead.
I used to play dollhouse and paper dolls. And then we used to go to Manila Zoo.
Very good. How about you, Bianca?
Yes, ma'am. I used to climb our mango tree, and I used to drink hot milk before going to bed.
So nice. How about you, Sophia?
Yes po, ma'am. So, first one is I used to dream about becoming a singer, and then I used to eat cereals.
So good job, everyone. Thank you for your active participation. So moving on. Students often confuse the forms, meanings, uses, and pronunciation of a number of similar verb forms. Number one is the main verb use. Use to in some sentences is actually an example of main verb use. Can you read these sentences with the correct pronunciation, Patricia?
The knife is used to cut meat and vegetables. The button is used to switch the machines on.
So in these sentences, use to is an example of main verb use. Okay, next. Second is get used to something. Get used to. Kindly read the first definition, Bianca.
Yes, ma'am. We used to get used to talk about the process of becoming familiar with something.
So in a way that an action or situation becomes less strange or new, or it becomes more comfortable. So can you read the first example, Patricia?
My father doesn't like his job at first, but he got used to it.
So Bianca, please read the second one.
I'm getting used to waking up early in the morning.
Sophia, read the third example.
Her course is hard, but she'll get used to it.
So as you can see, there are changes in the form, right?
Yes po.
Yes, ma'am.
Because in get used to, the verb get can take the present, past, or future tense. And the basic structure is subject plus to get plus used to plus gerund, noun, or pronoun. So do you understand, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now it's your turn. Can you give me an example using to get used to, Patricia?
I'm tired with this kind of setup, but I'll get used to it.
Very good. How about you, Bianca?
I'm getting used to walking alone in the dark street.
Good. Can you give an example also, Sophia?
I hate watching K drama, but I got used to it.
So thank you, everyone. So moving on. Number three, be used to something. It is pronounced be used to. So it means be accustomed to or be familiar with. So to be used to and to get used to are related with each other. But what is their difference? Again, what is get used to? Patricia?
We used to get used to talk about the process of becoming familiar with something.
Or in short, it is still ongoing. On the other hand, we use to be used to talk about something that we are already accustomed to or familiar with. Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So in be used to, the verb be can take the present, past, or future tense. For example, am, is, are, were, was, and so on. And the basic structure is subject plus to be plus used to plus gerund, noun, or pronoun. So kindly read the first example, Patricia.
I am a teacher, so I am used to speaking in public.
Bianca, please read the second one.
She's afraid of riding a motorcycle at first, but now she's used to it.
So, Sophia, read the third example.
Okay, ma'am. He's used to the city now and doesn't get lost anymore.
So the subjects in these sentences are already accustomed to something after experiencing it many times. So do you understand, class?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
it's your okay. Now it's your turn. Can you give an example using to be used to, Patricia?
Um, I am used to drinking coffee every morning. Good.
Okay. Can you do the same, Bianca?
Yes, ma'am. He used to. He's used to the cold weather of Baguio.
Very good. Can you give an example also, Sophia?
Okay, ma'am. So they are used to the noisy environment.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any questions?
None, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is everything clear to you?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, let us summarize what we have discussed. So, just like used to, we use would to describe activities and situations that happened many times in the past, which are no longer true. But we cannot use would for past states. Next is get used to. It is the process of becoming familiar with something. And when we say be used to, it means be accustomed to or be familiar with. Next, we only used to in the past tense. So remember, used to and would plus base form of the verb. And when we use used to in negative form, the structure is subject plus didn't plus used to plus base verb. And when we use used to in a question, the structure is did plus subject plus used to plus base verb. And when we say get used to, the verb in get used to can take the past, present, and future tense. And the structure is subject plus to get plus used to plus gerund, noun, or pronoun. And when we say be used to, the verb be can take also the past, present, and future tense. The structure is subject plus to be plus used to plus gerund, noun, or pronoun. So, do you have any questions?
None, ma'am.
None, ma'am.
How about clarifications?
None po.
None, ma'am.
Okay, to make sure that you really learned our lesson for today, we will have a short quiz. So I will only give you 5 minutes each slide to accomplish it. Write your answers on a clean sheet of paper. And when you are done answering, take a picture of it, then send it to our Google Classroom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kindly read the instruction. Bianca.
Yes, ma'am. Fill in the blanks. Choose the correct answer from the box.
Okay, thank you. So the choices are used to, get used to, be used to, and would. Please screenshot this slide because we will proceed with the next one. Done?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes po.
Okay. Okay, start answering. Remember, 5 minutes only per slide. Okay, next slide. Okay, time's up. Please send your work to our Google Classroom. So, before we end our class, I want to say thank you for actively participating in our class. See you in our next meeting. Goodbye, class. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.